Alright, so first let me say Kalalal Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Also say double honors to the apostles and elders of James Stone, to Yakim that are there preaching this truth in sincerity, though full elect. Shalom, this is Brother Kanan here with a quick lesson. I'm going to try to make it quick. This lesson is going to be around the executive order that Donald J. Trump passed. You know what I mean? And like here how much time the so-called white man changed the laws on what citizenship is, or what nationality is, or what birthright, whatever is. You know what I mean? These people tend to not get it. You know what I mean? That you can't align yourself with what the enemy or men just push when you and your family, the Lord, create a culture for you. And if you're a godly people, which a lot of you say that you are, then you should be aligning yourself with the morals and rights that the Lord provides. And you should be sticking to that, as you're going to be found an anti-God or anti-Christ in not doing that. So I want to play some of the video, you know what I mean? And then we're going to go into it. So the point is, they're saying wherever you are born, that is your citizenship, and that's your nationality, you are of that. You know what I mean? Which is a white man way of putting things, because there's countless evidence that says otherwise. And again, not even the entire world today operate like this. But let's play the video, because I don't want to make it too long, all right? Let's go.
Signing 2 executive orders aimed at narrowing access to birthright citizenship after the U.S. Supreme Court effectively knocked down President Trump's attempts to end birthright citizenship. One of the orders would end birth tourism. Effectively, the president, you heard describe it, there are people who come to this country under the guise of traveling and then have a child here. That's how you heard the president and his top officials there describe it. Of course, the big question, will these 2 executive orders be immediately open to legal challenges? Will they stand the legal test? Worth noting that the president said, well, the United States is the only country that has birthright citizenship. In fact, 32 other countries have birthright citizenship.
Let's pause. So she said something that is factual there. 32 other countries, has birthright citizenship. And by my understanding, we have over 160 odd countries exist in the world, right? So 32, that not even reach half of the bucket. I know the messed up thing about it is majority of those countries are in the Western region, the Americas, the slave region, right? The region where we are known to have mass slaves. That's where this happens. And because, again, they passed a law to make this legal for the slaves to be citizens of the country, because after the so-called abolished slavery, they would have been illegal in the country, according to our strangers or foreigners that belongs to somewhere else, and they weren't going to bring them back to where they came from. And I mean, they weren't going to teach them that they who they were, because they had to manipulate them and all of those things. They had to re-educate them, teach them bullcrap information that, hey, you are a Jamaican, you are an American citizen, all this bullshit, right? But then, coming up now, you know what I mean, they want to change that concept, because it was only for you to deceive the people that were there, because the world don't operate like that, and God don't operate like that. But you cannot take these educated fools these things, and that's why they're going to die being fools. All right, a bunch of educated fools. All right, no, this may be challenged and it may not pass, but again, just the idea for sure is that a man can do that. But what's the nationality? And again, if you look up the word nationality, right, and go into the true meaning of it, basically it goes back to a family. No matter what you do, you can't change the fact that your father is your father and your mother is your mother, once they are truly your father and your mother. And their ancestors goes back to the same. You cannot change that. No law you can pass to say, oh, who you come from. You come from this man. Seed. You are a seed. And that's God. That's the truth. You cannot change it. Right? That's what God designed. Now the Lord divided the nations and separate, give them different ways and mannerism and, right? As I say in Genesis 25, two manner of people, two, even though they came from the same family there, right? There's two different type of people. That's what the Lord can do. Spiritually, they have two different spirits, two different attributes about them, different, right? Differentiating them. The Lord did that. And the Lord divided the nations according to how he wants it to be set. Now, how can you be saying that we are all one people and not different but we? Whether yellow, black and white, precious in his sight. When the Bible don't say that. How can you do that? Again, it's not about color. It's about the spirit that's dwelling within you and the seed basically that you are from. So you start from the seed because I said the spirit goes through a set of seed or a seed, a lineage. And that's God working there, right? Now let me make it clear and simple, right? So it doesn't matter where you were born, whether you were born in Egypt. And I have an example of that. Let me just read it really quick because I don't want to make this too long, right? This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children, you could remove children there and put the sons of Israel, right? Shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that you may know, that is reading today, right? How that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And remember, Israel were in the land of Egypt as slaves for a very long time. They were born there and all of that. But they weren't Egyptians because they were born in Egypt. No, dummy. Think, use your head again. Only 32 countries in the world think like this. Slew of people under this Jamaica pride and bull crap on having on the head. How easy it is to understand them simple maths here, but then you are such a fool. You cannot get it. Not because they were born in Egypt made them Egyptians. They are still Israelites, and God said that he made a difference between them. There's a difference between them. So now you're in America as slaves. Your four parents in America as slave. Your four parents came down the line. Or your four parents, sons and sons and sons, grandsons coming down the line. We're born in America, Jamaica. Now you're telling me that you and the so-called white man lineage are the same people? Are you dumb? And this is white man mentality again, because this is Rome 2.0. This is the second leg of the Roman Empire, where they made you citizens for different reasons. Some were bought, right? You can buy a citizenship. Some, if you were born there, you become a citizenship. Some, if you become legally married to someone in that country, you can become citizenship. Or if you have business interests where you're doing certain business there, certain things. There are different means and ways to become a citizen of a country. In Jamaica, I did a video there was a lot of different nationality that came to Jamaica to be Jamaican citizenship. We are not the same people. Some of us were, because some of them are Israelites coming to Jamaica being Jamaica, yeah? But some were not. There are different set of people. And this is the basic, simple, logical knowledge that a lot of people won't get. And that's why you are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right? The Bible says based on your pedigree, the pedigree is decided by your fathers, basically. Whoever your father is, that's why you carry a certain name. Your father mark who you are. And if there was a father, Father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it's go to Israel. The name get changed to Israel. And then all the 12 sons of Israel become tribes, right? But they're all Israelites. They're all sons of Israel. Children of the man they call Israel, which means they are son of God. It's simple. It doesn't matter where in the world they were born, they are still Israelites. Because you cannot change your family. If you are so-called Jamaican and you leave to the America, go to America and you have a child in America, guess what? Your son or daughter is still your seed. You cannot change that. And this is what people miss. Let's play the verse of the video and wrap it up.
That's right, Kristen. And right before the president started speaking, I got some new details from the White House specifically on these executive orders. They're going to be for only future births tied to 4 categories: children born to foreign diplomatic staff working on behalf of another government while in the U.S. There's also going to be children of people who are classified as alien enemies, including those who belong to federally declared terrorist groups. There's also those born in the U.S. territories, but only, he writes, if Congress changes the law to end automatic citizenship there. Think Puerto Rico and other places. Also, children born of mothers who expressly and deceptively, the president says, enter the U.S. for the sole purpose of having children here.
All it is saying to you that this bullshit birthright citizenship that existed before was just bullshit. That's all it is saying to you. But again, many of you are not going to get that. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope someone was edified. With that, our praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makar. Shalom.